the family. El Padino.
Hey y'all, this is Lex coming in from Cleveland, Ohio. I am the owner of Imperial Fashion Boutique, also the owner of Bouncetown as well. And I am so amazed and so excited to share my story with you guys. You know, I've been wanting to share for a very long time now. It's been on my heart to share just of everything that I overcome that built the momentum for me to get into the place that I am right now, for the person that I am today. And I am so thankful. I'm thankful to be the person that I am today, to still be standing here in front of you guys. And I wanted to share my testimony. I wanted to share my testimony about everything I've been through to get to this point in my business, in my personal life. I just want to go ahead and be transparent with you guys about every situation that has happened in my life. And I want to go ahead and I really just want to inspire others, and I want to give my testimony to help someone else. Okay, so with that being said, I want to get right into it. So let's start when I was in high school. I was in 9th grade. I was excited to be there because I said, okay, oh man, I'm getting close to being 18. I'm excited. Well, not close to 18 yet, but I'm like, okay, this is my last final years before I'm grown. And I want to tell y'all about a story how it started. I was talking to my friend. I thought this guy was cute. You know, I was crushing. And I said, oh, he's cute. And my friend said, oh, well, I used to go to school with him at another school. I could talk to him for you. And I said, no, don't talk to him. And she already had went over there and started talking to him. And he was interested in me, too. So with him being interested in me, we exchanged numbers. We start talking. And as we start talking, I'm very interested. I'm very into this person. It's just everything was so right. Everything was right, you know. As being a teenager, I thought like everything would go so right and so smooth. I don't know. I don't really know about being in relationships and stuff like that. This was my first actual real relationship at 15. We were dating for about 5 months, and then me and him end up sleeping with each other. We end up sleeping with each other. As time goes on, I got in a crazy situation, but I do want to go ahead and tell y'all how that did happen. So can I be transparent with you guys? The way how I had got pregnant was I was trying to be sneaky, and I was on top of my boyfriend at the time, and I don't know how, but his zipper had got stuck, like my pants got stuck on his jeans. It was so weird. I don't know. When I tried to hurry up and get up, and I didn't get up in time, and then I found out I was pregnant. It was one of the most disappointing times of my life. It was very disappointing. I think I've never been so disappointed in my life before. I was disappointed because I was like, okay, I'm 15, I'm pregnant, what am I gonna do? You know, is my mom gonna kick me out? I was afraid I was gonna get kicked out. I was afraid that other people were gonna find out. And so this is what I did. I came up with a whole plan, a whole tactic, and only told a few of my friends. And they said, you need to tell your mom, you need to go to the doctor. So I sat there. About 5 months time went on, and I think my mom had a clue, and my grandmother definitely had a clue, because she was looking at my stomach, and I was already about 3 months pregnant when she seen me. And then I didn't think I was that noticeable. But then after a while, as time went on, I started to grow. It was time for a doctor's appointment. And then at 5 months pregnant, my mom found out, my family found out, and they were in shock, in complete shock, devastated. That a baby was having a baby, but I had two options. I had an option to abort the baby, and I had an option to keep the baby. I decided to keep the baby and roll with the punches, and I understood the consequences that were coming with motherhood. And I'm so thankful still that I still had that experience, even the way that everything happened. But I'm still thankful, even if I did have a child at 16. It was disappointing, just for being at that age. But I'll never call my child a mistake. She's awesome. She's so smart, and she's 9 years old, about to be 10 now. So she's a great big sister as well. She's a great daughter. And just fast forward up to being 16 and pregnant, everything else that came with it after having the baby. Actually, during having the baby, I was at one of my most depressing state of mind. I had just came out of being bullied. During the first month of my pregnancy, I got into a fight with a girl, and the first time she jumped me, then the second time we ended up getting into another altercation, and it just got really ugly. I had to go to court and everything. Maple was really rough for me. I'm not gonna lie. Maple Heights High School was really rough for me. But I want to say that I'm thankful, and I have a testimony, and I came through it all. I was so, what is the word? I cannot think. Okay, I was disappointed, but I was depressed. I went through a depressing phase because my boyfriend had a girlfriend while I was pregnant, so I was dealing with that and trying to deal with that of why he wanted to leave me, and trying to understand it, trying to wrap my head around it, but I couldn't. And I was depressed because as a teenager, you thinking, okay, this is my first love, all I want is them. And it was just less unfortunate that things didn't end up that way during that time. After having the baby, fast forward up, after having the baby, he was there, he was helping me. We both made a lot of sacrifices, we both got jobs. Fast forward up, we were living with his mother. I was helping him take care of his nieces and nephews as well. So we had 5 kids all together. We did have some fun still. We went out and had movie night, had a date night. Things I thought would be going very well until we got into altercations, and they turned up really bad, to the point where someone has a black eye, or someone's bleeding, or someone is trying to stab someone. It was very, very toxic situation. And I just remember being in that situation. It's just like I felt like no one else would love me the way that he does, and I have to stay there and take everything. But I did fight back. So I did fight back. I wouldn't say that I didn't fight back, because I come from a very strong family, and I remember as a kid always growing up, someone hit you make sure you hit their butt back. But then again, it pertains differently from when it's a man, because men are always stronger than you. They have this power, especially when they get mad. But we were in this toxic relationship for quite some time, and I really want to get on the spiritual side of that as well. We were so happy in the beginning, and we, everything felt good. you know, the first time when someone, you know, you're pursuing them, you start dating, everything was good, but witchcraft played a big part in that. People get jealous, they will send witchcraft spells to you. During us dating, he had heavy witchcraft on his side of the family, and they were trying to kill me. Let's be transparent here. They were trying to kill me. They wanted me out of the way. They wanted us to cause confusion and fight until one of us died, until one of us got really hurt. We were living together already. I had 2 jobs. I was going to college to become an LPN, and at this time I have a 2-year-old. And one day I just was tired. I tried to leave after a fight, and I got my phone snatched, and I remember finally getting my phone back, and I called my mom, and I said, Mom, I want to go home. I want to leave. I'm done. And I wasn't able to leave. Mom was like, oh, I could just come pick you up, but I stayed in the middle of the hood. Let's be honest here. I stayed in one of the roughest hoods there was in East Cleveland, not listening. When a guy told me, you don't want to live here, it's rough here, and you look like a sweet girl, you don't need to live here, and I did not listen. But back to the story with my mom. I remember calling my mom, and she was like, I'm gonna come pick you up right now. And then I hung up with my mom. She was about to be on her way, and he would always use these tactics on me. Oh, it's okay, I don't want you to leave nowhere. I love you, da-da-da. So that had me thinking. I called my mom back, and I said, Mom, it's okay, I'm all right, everything's fine. Even though he just took my phone and wanted to throw it out the window, like he acted really crazy. And to just be transparent, I know why he was acting crazy. I would say I caused him to act crazy, but then again, it plays a role of taking self-accountability and self-control, which neither one of us had. I did not have self-control. As I was seeing him, I proceeded to see someone else as well, and only because of I couldn't get over the fact of what he did to me when I was pregnant. He left me for someone else. Me and her argued bad on social media, left and right, you know, over him. But I'm sorry, y'all, don't mean to jump all around. Fast forward up, I'm in this situation and I need to get out. It's a very toxic time in my life. I needed to get out of this situation, and so I know that so many other women deal with it and they don't get out, unfortunately, you know, and let the Lord bless their soul. God bless their soul. It's a sensitive part about me talking about domestic violence, about men single-handedly annihilating you, speaking to you, just any type of abuse, verbal abuse, physical abuse. It all hurts, and it takes time to heal from everything you've been through. It takes time, and you have to be really, really strong. You gotta be strong for yourself. You have to be strong for your kids, you know, and you don't want to put your kids in that situation. You don't want to put your kids and see their dad hitting their mom, or even vice versa, their mother hitting their dad. It's a very difficult situation to be in, very toxic situation. But if you are in that situation, reach out, let someone know. And when you leave out of that door, don't you ever come back to that person that did you wrong. Don't you ever look back. That's some of our mistakes, that we look back too many times. And how many times do we have to look back and see that this person is not going to change? It's just not going to work. It's toxic. It's not worth it. It's not worth your life. It's not worth your dignity as a woman. It's not worth your kids seeing that. I just wanted to say that. So if you are going through that, please reach out to someone. Please reach out to someone and let them know. Let them know, and trust me, get help. Get counseling if you need it, because sometimes you do go through, it's kind of like having PTSD, and you start having flashbacks, even when people around you argue and stuff as well. But the way I got out, it's pretty deep stuff, I'm sorry, but the way that I got out, I called my mom and I said, Mom, I'm done. You can come pick me up. I'm never coming back here again. And that is what happened. My mom picked me up, and out of all the things that I bought in that apartment, out of everything that I've done and all the hard work that I put in, for the things that I purchased and the things that I put in there, I didn't care. I didn't want it. It keeps me tied to someone that I didn't want to be tied to anymore. It keeps memories of things. I packed up me and my kids' clothes, as many bags as I can, and probably one big tote, and I walked away. I stayed in contact. I did try to pursue a relationship with someone else, and it didn't work. I still let the father of my child see our child and everything, even though things didn't work out between us. But when someone wants you back, they act very irrational, make very irrational decisions. They do things that is so crazy, so crazy, that sometimes you have to disconnect altogether. And when I say you have to disconnect altogether, disconnection can be the key from toxic behavior. Don't let that in your circle, no matter who it is. Toxic, anything toxic. Anybody toxic, you give me a bad vibe, I'm gone. I'm gone. I don't play that anymore. Friends, family, loved ones, your significant other, I'm done. And it's just, I'm glad to share that testimony, that part of my testimony, because I was able to release that testimony to help someone else. It's so many other people that can be going through what you are going through or what you went through, and you can be the open door to show them, like, hey, it's okay. It's okay to leave a toxic relationship. It's okay to tell someone no. It's okay to be done. It's okay, because only person who's gonna love you at the end of the day is you. Ain't nobody gonna love you how you love you. Self-love comes first. Self-love comes first. Self-love. Make sure you have self-love, love for yourself. Firstly, actually, you're supposed to have love for God. You have love for God. Secondly, have love for yourself. 3, have love for your family. Got it? And moving on, I just remember my next relationship not working out, and I got on my knees and I was crying, bawling my eyes out. I remember the prayer that I said, and I said, Lord, where is my husband at? Where is my husband? I'm tired of dealing with these fools. I don't want to deal with no more fools, Lord. Don't send me any more fools, Lord. I'm done. I'm done with fools. Can you send me my husband? Can you send me my husband? I came to a state that I felt like I was ready to settle down. I didn't want no more fools. I didn't want no more fools, no more fools. I I didn't want any more fools. Oh, Lord, no, I didn't want any more fools. I wanted someone I can build a family with, somebody to love me, and somebody, somebody to love me right. I wanted to be loved correctly, so I had to take time into finding myself and finding what do I like about myself, what is my favorite color. I gotta get to know myself first, and that's what I did. So I met this guy. It's amazing. It's a crazy thing. Amazing what the internet can do, because the Lord will always be right on time. The Lord is always right on time, y'all. I don't know what it is, but the Lord is always on time. Just be patient. Just be patient. Be patient and wait your turn. And I got sent this guy. He had nice locks, he had nice skin, and I loved the structure of his face and his beard, and that's what I had prayed for. It was my husband. And I knew that he was my husband because I felt this tingly feeling the first time I met him. I said, oh man, I really like him. I liked his spirit. He had a really nice spirit. And I could just tell, like, oh yeah, this is gonna be my husband. I was calling him. I kind of was like, I kind of was on it, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, I was on it. We had really great times. He didn't meet my daughter until probably months later. And then we moved in together. And I was happy. I was very happy. He had a job, I had a job. We made sure that we always had money stacked up. We were living life, staying in different hotels, going downtown, going out of town. I want to say going shopping. It feels good when you have money stacked up and you can go to a store and not have to check the price on anything. Do you understand me? And the money wasn't, money isn't everything. So I don't want y'all to glorify that. I want you to glorify happiness. Be able to identify happiness. I was able to identify happiness kind of just in the beginning, but I was scarred. So I was like, I don't know. Is he really into me like how the way I'm into him? And I questioned myself. And questioning myself just, I don't know. I questioned myself. Like, okay, I really like him. And he came and he gave me a promise ring. And I said, what is this for? And he said, I want you to make me a promise. And I said, yeah, what is it? And he said that you always gonna be mine. And I was like, okay, you got me a ring. And I was excited. And he said, this is a promise ring. And he said, you different from any of the other girls that I ever dated. And he said, oh yeah, I really like you. He said, you're gonna be my girlfriend. I'm gonna make you my girlfriend. And he said, here go a promise ring. So first was my promise ring, and I was so happy. I was cheesing, because I was like, oh yeah, okay, next is gonna be my engagement ring. And next, boom, there it was. I was getting off of work, and he said something to me. He said, babe, how was your day at work? And I said, my day was good at work. How was yours? And he said, my day was good. He said, and I got something for you. He said, I got a gift for you. And I said, what's the gift? And he went ahead and got this box, and he got on one knee and he said, "Will you marry me?" And I just kept looking at him, and I was just like, I don't know why I didn't cry, because usually people cry or they be jumping up and down and they be screaming, but I didn't. I don't know why I did. I was just like standing in shock for a minute, and I was like, "You asking me to marry you?" And he was like, "Yeah, I wanted to marry you." And I said, "Oh my gosh." I said, "Thank you, Lord, thank you." And I said, "Yes." And then we kissed each other. And luckily, it was a blessing that I got married right before the pandemic started. I seen everything going on the news. I kind of had a drift that everything was gonna come to the U.S. soon. I seen how things were going in China, and I said, "Oh yeah, we gotta get married. We need to get married right now." And we put it off for a couple of times. We were supposed to go, and we didn't. And it was because I don't know why, but I kept running into families that get jealous. When love is shining, people get jealous. People get jealous of you because they don't have what you have. And witchcraft can play a big part in that. And people will start sending you heavy witchcraft fire. And it's up to you to pray against that. Because I prayed against that hard and heavy. I went in that spiritual realm fighting them. Fighting them. Because they wasn't going to take what belongs to me. That's my husband. They weren't going to take that away from me. And I fought hard to get married. And I did. And when I got married, I was so happy. It was a glow on me, but I don't know why. That night, I got really, really sick. My stomach started hurting. I got really sick, and we just fast forward over to the next night of, hanging out, chilling. We had a really good time. Steak, potato, and salad. And I just kept on saying, "Oh my gosh, I got a husband now. I got a husband." I got a husband. And I forgot to go ahead and give y'all the part 2. I didn't want to go ahead. In the beginning of all this, I seen how a lot of other things went in other people's marriage. Didn't want to get married. But if it wasn't for a good friend of mine, a really good friend of mine that I used to work with, she looked at him and she looked at me and she said, "Oh, he looking at you with love in his eyes. He love you. That's your husband." And I said, "That ain't my husband. That ain't my husband." And I was like, "I don't want to get married." I had changed my perspective because I've been so scorned and so hurt by men before, and I was thinking like, I'm not gonna get married. Right after I prayed that prayer, and I said, "Lord, I don't want to deal with fools," and I thought like, okay, things may not work out, and maybe it's not meant for me to be married. And then I just didn't want to get married. But then God came into play, and he sent my friends that get married. You need to get married. It's not good to just be shacking up. Marriage has a covering for you and him and your family. And we got married. I was so thankful to get married, and I thank her still to this day as well, because I learned so much. She taught me how to be a wife. I didn't know how to be a wife. I didn't know how to be a wife. I know how to be a girlfriend, but I didn't know how to be I did not know how to be a wife. And I got prepared for that. I got prepared. I'm so excited. And in 2018, I actually didn't want to have any more kids anymore yet too, until I got a bit older, but I didn't wait longer. He asked me to have a child, and I did. I was working, taking care of an elder lady, and he asked me to quit, and I did. He asked me to quit, and I quit because I was having so many complications with my pregnancy. But during my pregnancy, I prayed another prayer. I said, Lord, what can I do at home? What can I do? And I just kept seeing a dropshipping reseller ad pop up, and I was like, oh man, what is this? I kept scrolling past. I kept seeing it. Everybody was like really booming. Everyone was getting into it. And I said, wow, God work in mysterious ways. It's been this the whole time. I was still looking, and I started. It was rough starting because I stayed up nights trying to figure it out. And oh, hold on, wait, what do I do here? How do I post it to eBay? What do I do? And God was so grateful. The person that created the ebook that I purchased with all the vendors, she was making $10K a month, and she sat down and helped me. She took time out of her busy schedule to help me, and she did. And I'm so very thankful because it made me very successful. But as well, what comes success comes failure. I had to fail a few times before I picked it up. But November, I started my business of 2018. December 2018, that's the most I've ever made, $3,000. I was like, oh, that's perfect. And I made it from home. I got started by Christmas. I started my business. I didn't have a business plan. My first thing that I sold was Vapor Max shoes. I started off on OfferUp, selling Vapor Max shoes, and then I went to eBay. I was making really good money. And just from then, my husband was so great, and he invested $500 for me to start my business. I am so thankful for that. I'm very thankful that he, gave me the money to start my business. And he said, well, you started a couple businesses before and things didn't work out. I said, but this is gonna work. I feel it because I prayed for it, and this is what God gave me. And I was looking for a name. And Imperial Fashion Boutique came to me, and Imperial Fashion Boutique was born. Imperial Fashion Boutique was born, y'all. I was so happy and so excited. I was about to have another child. Fast forward up, my child is here. My business is booming. Customers are hitting me up left and right, and I'm excited. I'm on the roll. And I'm fast forwarding up a bit more too, y'all. I wanted to quit a couple of times in my business because things get rough as a business owner. Some days you can make $200, some days you make $0. And I had to get in the mindset of being a business owner. Listen to business affirmations, positive affirmations, to stay positive up here. Keep a goal for today. Okay, let me make sure I can reach my goal. My goal today is $200. My goal today is $50. My goal today is $100. I was happy if I reached my goal. I was excited because that money adds up, and I could invest in other things to sell as well. And then comes a time, fast forward up 2020, I'm blessed with my home. We have enough space. I am just so thankful. God blessed us with funds to invest more into business. We got a brick and mortar business. That was after I had a brick and mortar. I rented out from someone for my boutique. It didn't go well because I didn't have a lot of traffic because I was in the back room, bad traffic area, but that was okay. I learned from it and I moved on. And from learning from it, I got my own brick and mortar building. I tried it again, and I was doing very well, very successful. Then I did event, had events there as well. I moved from that one to a bigger space, and we moved to a bigger space. Things were going so well. Pop-up shops every 2 weeks, events back left to right, back to back, fashion shows. I mean, I've never even been to a fashion show. That was my first time going to a lot of things, you know. Fashion shows, baby showers, repasses. Things were just picking up so fast. And guys, too, if you want to as well, I do have drop shipping and reselling training available on my website now, along with event space training, and it's very affordable for everything that I know. They say when you pour into others, God will pour into you, and that is so true. And my story is not done yet, and I just hope that, you know, you guys come back and listen to more blogs that I start to do as well. I'm so very thankful for you listening to my testimony, and I hope that I'm able to touch someone else and my story touched them. I am so thankful, and I hope that my story touches you as well. I hope my story touches you and it helps someone. You know, I just want to go ahead and help someone else from all that I came through. You know, a 16-year-old mom. I was pregnant at 15, 16-year-old mom, went through depression stage. I was bullied at school. I was facing other issues. I was, you know, mentally, I had to try to get myself together. I wasn't there. I had to get stable, and I had to get myself together. And if I can do it, I know that you can do it too. I know that you can do it too. I know that you can do it. It's like God's will that you can do it. Even no matter what you're going through right now, the storm does not last always. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. It shall pass. And you will be the greatest that you have ever been in your life. Even though it may look rough right now, even if you are going through anything, if you're going through divorce, a miscarriage, if you're going through getting bullied at school, if you're a teenage parent, if you just lost someone and grieving, you will get through it. It's by God's will. If you're fighting depression, you will get through it. Hold on. Go to your Bible, read Psalms in your Bible. You can pray, reach out to the Lord, talk to him. He is your friend. Talk to the Lord and be his friend. He is there for you when no one else is.